Hello, my Scorpios. It's Sagittarian Truth Seeker here, and I'm here with your love soul reading for the mid-month for February, okay? Readings from now on will be soul readings instead of, I'm really trying to get rid of the ego because the ego strains a lot of my energy and drains a lot of my energy. So we're going to see what the soul truly is feeling without any cover-ups here, all right? So the moon energy, I got a lot of moon energy for you guys because it looks like a lot of you are going through different situations and different scenarios. So this looks like this is going to be multiple readings in one. Okay, so we have a time for healing, which is the Balsamic Moon. We have, some of you could be dealing with the Leo, but it's like, don't let your pride get in the way. We also have another Leo, so some of you may be really dealing with Leos here. We have confidence is key. And then we have full quarter moon, your commitment is being tested. All right, so a lot of you, like I said, you have a lot of different storylines here. 2 Leo, we got double Leo energy, which means it's a lot of pride and ego. But like I said, I'm not going to take that. I'm going to take what the soul is feeling, but it is telling me what may be covering up the soul's energy is confidence and pride getting in the way. And what we're needing to do, if we're having, a lot of times when you have pride and ego issues, that's because we have a level of fear or distrust within somebody else. There is maybe some commitment issues going on, which means that there's trust issues as well. Okay, so things that we need to surrender to when it deals with this reading is first of all, the one that jumped out was surrendering to trust. Okay, and if we don't have trust, we have lack of commitment, we have lack of confidence, we don't have the pride. And when you don't have trust, that means you have trust issues, which means you need to heal those before you get into a connection with somebody else. Because I tell people all the time, if you have trust issues, you will attract somebody that has trust issues too, or some type of issue that is something that either mirror reflects you or triggers you. So it's best to do a replenishment here. Another thing is surrender to unhealthy relationships. So some of you are having, there's a relationship that you need to let go of that no longer serves you. And that's including any type of unavailable people or toxic people. Okay? And also this is causing us to, lose some rest and some sleep. And this is something that we need on a personal level. You can't let anybody, because that can deal with the unhealthy relationship. And what that does is it drains you. It drains your energy. So things that you need to do, like exercise, meditate, take care of your kids or your family. It's like you have a hard time doing those things because you're being drained by somebody who doesn't need to be in your energy. Okay? So in the shadows here, I do have the 2 of Cups. And I'm using my Before Tarot deck here. My Before Tarot deck, but how I'm seeing this, because I'm a visionary person, but I'm seeing hesitation. So for some of you, you guys both had the cup in your hands and you were merged together in a relationship, in a loving connection, but now you guys have separated and now you're kind of contemplating and looking at each other. And others of you who you're going into a relationship, you're having a little bit of a trust issue, so you don't know if you should get close to this person. Yes, there is a bond between the two of us, but should we merge? Should we become one? Because as of right now, we're 2 individuals. We're 2 individuals that feel a strong bond, but should we grab that cup of love? Should we grab these emotions and take hold of them? I don't know. And one person looks like they're waiting on another person to take the initiative. And for you that are trying to let go of a connection, it looks like, now the cup is up in the air and there's no emotions left in there. And it looks like you guys are trying to part, but there's still a connection that you feel like is there. Okay, and then we also have the 4 of Swords in the shadow, which means break time, sleep. See, surrender to sleep and relaxation. That's exactly what the 4 of Swords is. Sometimes it's taking a break and just resting. And when you rest and you clear your mind, your thoughts become clear as well. That's what a lot of people don't understand. But also resting and taking a break, or taking some time to think to yourself, also creates that pride goes to the side, because somebody finally gets up and like, okay, I'm going to speak first because I really love or like this person. So I'm going to take the initiative to, apologize or to move this relationship forward. Somebody needs confidence. Somebody needs to let go of their pride. And I feel like it's almost like the both of you, or one person is waiting on another person. But right now, either situation, commitment is a test and is being tested. Okay? So let's see where your energy is in this connection right now in this situation. All right. Queen of Wands. All right, so we have a lot of fire energy in this Scorpio thing here. So some of you could really be dealing with a fire sign, but what this is this is a very powerful, a person who has a lot of power, but they also have a lot of pride. Okay, because they know their worth. This is somebody who knows their worth, and they don't stand for anything other than. Okay. But for some reason, this person has kind of triggered you because you're kind of slumped. You're not your usual self. So what has this person kind of brought up on you to make you feel that way? Because I want you to see the Queen of Wands. Usually she's upright, she's looking forward and everything. But this person is kind of slumped down. Kind of, you know, something is kind of messing with my comfort zone right now. Right? Okay, and some of you, your personality and your vibrant energy has kind of came to a decline because we're in an unhealthy relationship. And others of you, it's not unhealthy. It's just like, I don't know if I should really trust this person. Because a Queen of Wands, whatever gender it is, they're very independent. This is not somebody who needs a companion, but they want one. But they're not their most confident self because there's a question mark above their heads about this connection. And a Queen of Wands will definitely take a step back. That type of energy will definitely take a step back and just go on about their life if they need to. But this, when I see the Two of Cups, for some people, this is a really strong or could be potentially strong bond. So this is why we're either trying to get close to it or hang on to it. So let's see where the universe wants us to be with this. Queen of Swords. All right. So they want you to change. Some of you could be dealing with the air sign, but they want they're wanting your discernment. They're wanting you to cut out the real from the fake. Okay. They're wanting you to actually change your energy from a happy-go-lucky, optimistic, everybody is my friend to, I really need to pay attention. And I need to really see what's BS and what's not. But this is also, you need to make a decision. When I get the Queen of Swords, that means you need to make a quick decision. Okay? Because the thing about the Queen of Wands, this is somebody that tries to see through everybody's flaws. This is the person, there's good in everybody. This is them. There's good in everybody, and everybody can change, and I believe in you. And even if you may be a very spiritual person, people can spiritually grow and stuff like that. And they're saying, okay, yeah, I'm glad you have that optimism, but we need to go to be realistic. The real from the fake, what's true from the false. Cut out some of that optimism. I'm optimistic energy. I'm sorry, but in reality, everybody is not vibrating at our same level, and you can't make them be. Or even for some of you, if this is a connection that you're coming into, what you're needing to do is not show, and I know it kind of sounds weird, but kind of not show so much. Because Queen of Wands energy, they're givers. They just talk. They're just open, and it's natural for them. And they're kind of saying, be careful with that. Let them come to you too. This is like the Queen of Wands talking, telling about your whole life, what you've been through, and then you got somebody else's that's barely telling you anything. So you need to withdraw a little bit because this person may have an ego problem. And no, I'm not drawing the ego. It's showing me in the shadows. So I'm going to deepen who you are, but with the universe, they're needing you to switch your energy about this person. It's very important. And it's not that you're not going to get what you want. It's just like, if you do or you say a little bit too much, it will always be unbalanced. There will be an imbalance between you and them. So if this really is a bond that you guys have, and they're trying to get it to be 50-50 or 100-100 for you. So whenever this person is ready to come out and be as open and as vocal as you, that will be the time. Until then, don't put your heart on your sleeve. And for some of you, you're dealing with an unhealthy relationship and you're still just the friendliest, loyal person to them and everything. And they're saying, no, cut the crap. No. You're just giving this person too many chances. You do not, your loyalty doesn't lie with this person if they're not being loyal to you. So like I said, there's two different stories. You have somebody, they're new and they're not opening up like you're opening up. You need to take a step back. And then you have somebody, who we need to cut them out. Too many lies. Too much unavailability. Unavailable or toxic people. This is why I see that hesitation right here. Do we make this work? Do we come together? I feel chemistry with you. And the thing you need to know about chemistry, you can have chemistry with anybody. Doesn't mean it's going to last. You can have chemistry with anybody. But is it something pure? Or is it just topic of discussion that you guys have a lot of interest in? But you could meet somebody who else is spiritual and you have so much to talk about spiritual wise, but you're not romantically invested in them. It happens, okay? Okay? So, what's holding you back? Some of you have a person holding you back. Okay? We have what's holding you back and we have King of Pentacles. Some of you is a person. Because I got 1, 2, 3 people. We got some interference here. And for others of you, it's not another person. It's what this person represents. And that's reliable, honest, dependable, and consistency. And somebody who's actually wanting a long-term commitment. Because that's what the King of Pentacles stands for. So if you're wanting this strong foundation and this person isn't giving you what you want, or they're not even showing it because actions speak louder than words, they're telling you to cut the crap on this person. Or at least take a step back or say something with the Queen of Swords. But either way, you need to trust the process of what's being shown to you. Even though this also shows, Queen of Wands shows spiritual commitments, but also spiritual maturity. Okay? So you've been through some things. You know how things work. You've leveled up. But this person needs to match your energy. This is why we also have your commitment is being tested. This is the commitment card right here. That's the challenge. Okay? So let's see some thoughts that's going around with that. Can you give me some? What did I say? I said it is a spiritual freaking connection. And it comes out. That Two of Cups, that's what that represents. But the thing about it, you can have a spiritual connection, but they can be at, still be at a lower energy or a lower learning energy than you, and they still haven't caught up yet. And for some of you, this one, even though you have a spiritual connection, that doesn't mean you have to be with that person or you're meant to be with them. Yes, it is a bond, but everybody doesn't grow at the same rate. Okay? And somebody is confused as to what even went wrong in the first place. How did we get here? This is how they're looking. Like, how did we get here? What else we got? Okay. Old memories stuck in my mind. So, for some of you just need to give it time. Okay? Some of you, you need to give it time. You need to kind of, like I said, take a step back. Okay? Not wearing your heart on your sleeve. And it works for you. Sometimes when you get people distance or you take a break, they get up and they realize, I have to change. There's a need for change in this connection. This is when they, communicate with you and they talk to you like an adult. Okay? What is this connection needing to last? If a person falls away, they're not meant to be there. Let them fall. All right? This is also with old memories stuck in my mind. That's telling me that those are those commitment issues. My ex did this. My past did this to me. I just don't know. So I don't know about all this commitment talk that you're talking about. I can't surrender to trust right now because I've dealt with so many unhealthy relationships in my life. So the universe is telling you to look for patterns. And I don't see this because I don't really feel, I don't call them negative readings anymore, but these are just eye-opener readings to me. It's like proceed with caution. I think that's what I'm going to name it. But yeah, so we got to go to the root of, what's getting us here. So in the past, yeah, we have strength. Look at that. Some of you are really dealing with a Leo. Some of you, there really were pride issues. That's covering up the soul. It's interfering in my soul reading right now. But it's so heavy. But I'm not going to read, what the prideful issue was. But, until I just feel like this is also, until somebody wants to level up and be in alignment with you, then, there's nothing you can do but to take a rest, okay? Take a rest. Because they're going to have to answer judgment. They're going to have to answer whether or not they want to take that. Also, spiritual things. Do you want to awaken to the truth? Big decisions here. So what this stems from, yeah, is confusion. I don't know what to expect. I also see some fear here. The way you see this Seven of Cups is very different. This person isn't looking at the options. Neither, they're like picking. They're going to make a choice not even by looking. They close their eyes and they kind of point at one and hope for the best. The problem is somebody in this connection, they didn't step out on faith. They stepped out on fear. That's the problem. It's coming back to hunt them. And it's going to interfere with you and this person's connection. All right. All right, so what's to come between this? It's the Magician. And you know what that tells me? This, when I get the Magician, because everybody just think it's just a, a really, it's actually a really, really positive card, because this person can make whatever they need to go in their way. You go back to a 1. This is the time to start it over. A little bit of love, a little bit of passion, a little bit of groundedness, and some communication. And we can get things back on track. But the challenge with this is you have to have both people, after your break, or after, your conversation that you have with each other, you both have to come back and put in the energy to do this. This has to deal with consistency. The Magician is known as, the magic. And in order to keep anything going, when you make manifestations, you can't just manifest something and never talk about that manifestation again. You have to do it daily. You have to have a routine to let the universe know what it is that you're really wanting. That's just like when people do spell work. You can't do a spell one time and it works. You have to go back and you have to tend to it. So what this is needing, this is going to need a lot of attention and a lot of focus. And if you have this at first and then it begins to linger, that means somebody doesn't really want it, or they haven't really healed. But if both parties want this, this could create what you would probably feel like is a miracle. Like, how did we go from fear to not wanting to commit to maybe an unhealthy connection to something that's actually working? But for some of you, or for a lot of you in this reading, when we get here, this outcome is going to be different for everybody. Okay? Because you can start back at one with this person, or even if you're just meeting this person, we can try to keep this consistency. We can see what's wrong. We can get on one accord. But this is a card of action. And you're at an action energy, so it's the other person that you're kind of wanting to, and you know, this can go vice versa, but it's the other person that you're wanting to contribute just as much as you would. This is to come. I don't know who this is, but somebody has the power to change this and make it to what they want to. Being it is a spiritual connection. If somebody wanted to be in alignment within this connection, they could do so. They would just have to put in the work right here. Okay? So the future of this, or the progression of this, is the Empress. Oh, yes. So a lot of people actually do this. Spiritual connection, divine feminine. It doesn't have to be divine feminine, but this is growth. This is abundance. For some people, this is marriage or a new level of commitment. It's kids. It's family. It's love. But most of all, it's growth. So somebody here makes it work, and growth is created between the two of you. Fear, healing fear within, being consistent, growth. Whew, okay. Just takes a level of assertion. So, how to get from what is holding you back? Four of Cups. I told you guys. They're warning you, because I already have the Four of Swords here, but you're going to have to kind of detach yourself. I'm telling you. I've gotten this before, but in order to get this person to recognize who you are, to want to be a part of your life, to want to build this spiritual connection, to want the relationship, you got to step back and show them that you're not going to put all your energy in there if they're not. And then for some reason, some of them wake up and like, okay, let me get my shit together. let me get my shit together. All right, so they're saying hold off, because I kind of put this together. The obstacle is commitment. What we're needing to do to get what we want is kind of take a step back on an emotional level. Test this person. Do you really want it? Do you really want me in your life? Okay. And so if we are to change course, oh, that's even more beautiful. So, like I said, there's two storylines. If you're dealing with an unhealthy relationship, they're going to want you out of it. So they're going to tell you to detach yourself emotionally from this person. And then if you change route, you get a new beginning. You get a new soul contract. You get a new spiritual partner. Okay? And for those of you who you just need trust in your relationship, they're still going to need you kind of to detach too much emotionally and let this person put in the work, and you get the abundance. You get the relationship. But you need to take a step back. All right? All right, thank you for your time, your purchase. I say it all the time. Sorry for that. Thank you for your time, though. Anything you need is in the description box. Bye-bye.